you have tried with the BI as well last week, Power BI. So likewise, you just I think you might have applied the concepts behind what you have discussed in the lectures. Basically, what you can do with BI. So just a rough idea, probably you might have now. So the next step is actually you have to use a lot of tools as well and see which tool you want to use. It depends on the company where you are going to work as well. But often people use QlikView and then Power BI. That's why we have selected those. And the other tools, sometimes they say that the Tableau is also good. So we have anyway given you a brief introduction to all this. Yes. Next, we need to talk about with more detail, with going into specific requirements of why actually we want these kind of BI tools and for what purpose we use them, and depending on our problem, what sort of a visualization or method or reporting type would be much more appropriate for your problem. Okay, so that's what we are having here in the lesson 3, business reporting and performance management. Then later on you will be talking about, in the latter part of the syllabus, you will be talking about specific context in order to analyze text, analyze numbers, counts, data mining methods, machine learning methods, those things you will be discussing later on in the latter part of the syllabus. Okay. So this is about lesson 3, business reporting and performance management. So in this one actually at the end of this session you will be able to describe the need for the power of business reporting. So what is the need behind this? So you should be able to even discuss this as a question. Okay. So if I ask from you what is the need and the power of BI, business reporting, why do we need to have business reporting and what is the power of it? Yes, justify the importance of data and information visualization. Okay, so we need to visualize the data. So what is the requirement? So what you have to import, the importance needs to be justified. Otherwise, people just develop something that is actually not required. No? Okay, so this is going to be an objective of the outcome of the lesson. Then compare different types of visualization techniques. So there are different types of visualization techniques. Those things can be compared, and evaluate capabilities and limitations of the dashboards and balance scorecard. So balance scorecard, that's a visualization technique that we can use. Okay. Yes. Then describe the role of methodologies in business performance management and describe the types of data operations in online analytical processing in data warehouses. These things actually we did not discuss earlier because then now you might be having some kind of an idea how the data operations needs to be done. So that's why it is included in this one. But I think most of you have already done it in the other subject. Okay, let's see. The reports are for then now we use different types of reports now. Okay, so anyway these things are really required now. Okay, when you want to why do you want to have a report? Report means we want to see what's what our department, basically if you are working to a department, then you want to see what's happening there. Okay, so then all the functions are working, going well, and as we have planned. Okay, so are we going to achieve our targets? The daily targets are there, weekly targets are there, monthly targets sometimes, or the yearly. So then again you have the strategic plan. Then you have to finally you have to see, can we just are we going to achieve our goals and the objectives in the strategic plan, your annual plan. So you have to make sure that as well. So then before that, whenever you are working at the department daily, you need some kind of information. Okay, so then the reports are needed for you to look at them. All right. Yes, providing the results of an analysis, and then others to help understand what is happening there. So even if you have encountered a problem and you go to the your boss and then try to explain it, they will not understand what you're saying, what you say. It's just then you need some kind of a tool to show them. Okay, so then that is about reports. Reports are helping you for showing them and helping them to understand. Okay, so what you speak about. And then the last one is creating an organizational memory as well, so that we can save them and keep things going on. Okay, so then we can add them all, add this knowledge to the knowledge management system. So here now you have to use ETL process for getting the data, and then analyzing them, and then reporting tools needs to be connected to the data warehouse. No, okay, can you remember them? Okay, so you have to get connected them to the data warehouse for preparing the report. So what sort of reports do you prepare? What sort of reports do you prepare in an organization? What sort of reports needs to be prepared? So starting from memos, you can include. Here I have included there. In the example here, last line, you can see, yes, memos, minutes, lab reports. Lots of different types of reports are there. Sales reports, yes, progress reports, and these things, we need to, now the minutes you need to prepare memos and things, maybe monthly, but these things sometimes you need to prepare daily as well. Okay, sometimes daily as well, but the progress report usually, yes, prepare weekly or monthly. And the justification reports, justifying what is happening there. Okay, so that's whether we are going through the right direction. Then the compliance report, so this is compliance with the other things going on, and that is compliance with the strategic plan. And then the annual reports, so just to see whether we are moving in the right direction and we are achieving the outcomes, and we are working according to the action plan. Okay, so all these reports will help you to convince others what is happening there, or else help you to understand what's going on and take required decisions. Okay, so this way you need to explain, justify the requirement of using reports in an organization. Okay, yes, do you have any questions? Hello, any questions please? Jasas, everything is okay?
So far, okay, madam.
All right, so you can justify the importance of having reports. All right, then now when you see the things available on reports, there are different types of reports, no? Okay, so if you think about a dashboard, then there will be a summarized view of the things that are really required for the some particular people. So usually when you have the dashboards are prepared for a particular person, so depending on his or her requirement. So then there you will not find lots of information. Lots of information will be there in the report. Okay, that means details will be there in the report. So in this one, now you can see that it shows you the running processes, some kind of things happening at the organization right now, the processes. Okay, then this person wants to know about what is happening there in the last 24 hours. Okay, so top 5 tasks, and then top 5 processes likewise. Okay, can you see that? Yes, so depending on the particular person's requirement, he should be able to add the things to his dashboard. So when you prepare dashboards, actually these kind of features should be there depending on the person's requirement. He should be able to customize his own interface, so and they maybe personalize it as well. Okay, so that means he can add whatever he wants, and then pick and open add them, and then have them there in his dashboard. Okay, so then here the information can be presented in different formats, no? Okay, table wise or just charts and graphs and likewise. Okay, so these things are there as well, so that you need to know okay which one should be selected for your requirement. In statistics, have you done these things in statistics? Different types of graphs and charts. Have you done in statistics? You have some kind of subject related to statistics, no? Chamodi?
Yes, madam, we have.
Yes, so you have done that, no?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So is that a core subject for everybody?
Yes, ma'am. It is compulsory subject in
Yes,
second.
I know that. Yeah, so that I haven't included anything much detail about what type of a graph this is and likewise. So because you know about it. So here anyway, now we need to think which one needs to be selected for showing what we want. Yes. And then these reports needs to be prepared considering the time. Okay, now daily report, and whether you want to have it daily, will to see the records happening there daily, or is it about monthly or likewise. Okay, so now that time is also required, so you have to think about whether when you are developing a dashboard or a report for somebody, and then you need to know yes that if that is this required for that person daily, monthly, which at what level, what time they want, what level of information they require, and at what time you need to prepare this. Okay, so automatically then you can generate the reports and then send them to the particular people. So that means they will be able to access it and see it from their devices if you allow them to see it from their devices. Okay, then this will help anyway for decision making and also for knowledge management. Now there are two things here: analytical reporting and operational reporting. Okay, so there are two things here: analytical reporting and the operational reporting. So the analytical reporting is required for taking strategic level decisions, and then it's the strategic planning for the senior management. They need that. Okay, so the other thing then the other part is operational reporting. Operational reporting means whatever the things that are going on every day, and so that you need to generate reports and see whether our function processes are functioning properly as we have planned. Okay, then daily targets will be achieved and likewise. Okay, so what's happening right now at the department, you can monitor. So that's about operational reporting. So then there are two parts like this: operational reporting and analytical. And this analytical reporting usually are mostly used by senior management. Okay, but operational reporting, then you need to have middle level managers there. Okay, now you can see operational reportings are there for people who actually involving in the operational tasks. Okay, who have managerial decisions making power should have access to these operational reports. Then only they can take required decision, just to see what sort of changes they need to introduce to the current department structure. Maybe sometimes depending on the number of staff members allocated for a particular task, or maybe the resources that you have allocated for people to work with. Maybe the structure of the infrastructure they are, or maybe some kind of things. Okay, so then and again the troubleshooting, like for solving issues with the network break, or maybe power problem, some kind of a issue is there, then you need to take decisions accordingly. So that's for operational reporting. Okay, then you need to see what is happening there, then the report needs to be generated automatically, and it may not be just monthly, weekly, even daily, but at the depending on the issue, you can automatically, maybe you can automatically prepare a report and make an announcement, even alert as well. See whether asking the managers to monitor it. Okay, so then there are lots of requirements like that you need to consider when preparing reports. So then anyway you have to remember there are two things, okay, analytical reporting and operational reporting. Okay, hope you got it. And then if you think about this operational reporting and analytical reporting, we have this transactional reporting, that means operational reporting here, and then the analytical reporting. So then when you talk about transactional reporting, then the operational level. Okay, so when you say that the organizational structure, operational level, then the people who are working for the supporting staff, okay, the managerial managers, and also the next is the strategic level. The strategic level people need analytical reports a lot. Why? Because they want to take decisions regarding future. So they need to think about opening new branches, maybe about introducing a new product. Okay, so they want to see what's happening, and then accordingly they need to see, okay, what sort of a product needs to be promoted for the next 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, and likewise. Okay, and long term planning is usually go with 10 years, then the short term we prepare 5 years, and then the annual report needs to be also annually we have to update it. Okay, annual strategic plan or the action plan needs to be prepared for the year. Okay, so in order to prepare those reports, you need some data to be analyzed. So that's what here we do. Okay, so then in that case, they need to see the reports depending on their requirement as well, but also you can prepare them according to the common requirements, common set of requirements, because they want to prepare, they want to look into the future and see what sort of decisions they should take. So accordingly you can prepare the reports. Okay, yes, so here you have standard reports and ad hoc reports as well. Depending on the requirement they need to prepare. Ad hoc reports needs to be there, just means considering the current issues you need to prepare something, and then depending on their requirement, that means as I just said earlier, that sending the alerts and things. Okay, so then the operational level managers should be able to look into those things. Yes, and then you have the query and the drill down. So you need to look into the details of the information and see what's happening there. Okay, and then you can query as well. Yes, see whether what's happening there. You can query for more information. And then again you have here the dashboards, and then you have scorecards. So we'll be talking about this, and then you have the KPIs, key performance indicators. Then those things can be included in the scorecards as well. Okay, and then we will have the forecast. We can forecast what is happening there, and then see what needs to be done. So you can predict as well and see what solutions needs to be given. Okay, so depending on the current situation, we can predict what will happen and what should be done to optimize the performance of the processes in the organization. Yes, so likewise different types of requirements will be there at different levels of people in the organization. Okay, so now you need to see, okay, so if somebody asks, okay, is it only for the strategic level people? How do you justify? Do you agree? So that you have to criticize, okay, it's not only for the strategic level people, you need that for the other operational level managers as well, those who have power to take decisions, or those who should actually take actions regarding that needs to have some kind of reports generated. Okay, And even at the sales counters, they should be able to prepare a daily report of his own performance. If you think that that will help him to improve his performance, you can allow them to prepare a report on his own performance, how efficient he was during the day, and likewise. Okay, so this kind of reporting would be increase the transparency of all the kinds of activities that you perform at the organization, and also help them to improve their performance daily. Okay, yes, so that's about it. And then you can see that if you think about the percentage wise, the 80% of the reports are on the operational level. Okay, so here you have to generate large number of reports. Why? Because many people are working there, and then we need to look into things more often, sometimes daily, sometimes even ad hoc reports needs to be prepared depending on our requirement. So large number of reports needs to be generated. Okay, so because of that we need to create when you prepare developer system, you have to think about developing large number of reports in order to support these level people. Okay, so then comparatively, if you think about the analytical reports and the strategy operational reports, you need about 20% of the total for analytical reporting. Okay. Do you have any questions? Hello. Anything? Domindu? Domindu seems like not here. Domindu, are you there? Induvara? Okay, thank you. Yes, so now you need to you should be able to compare these two. Okay, analytical reporting and operational reporting. So that's what we discussed so far, and you should be able to do that. Okay, and then when you think about the reports wise, you should be able to see what sort of information should go to the analytical reports, and what sort of information should go to the operational reports. Okay, so then whenever you think about analytical reports, you have to think about their users, and then accordingly what sort of information that you should show them. Okay, so then accordingly you can reports. Okay, so this is about the strategic reports. Yes, for the company targets, and then likewise operational reports just to see what is happening there. Yes, I have explained these things in the video. Please look into those for more information. And then there are major types of reports. Okay, major types of reports. So some metric management reports, dashboard type reports, and balance scorecards. Okay, metric management reports. Okay, so those are the things that we talked a lot about. Now, then I think you have talked about these things even at the very beginning of the previous lessons, previous courses as well. Okay, so where we have the just to see whether we have achieved the business outcomes, expected desired outcomes. Okay, so we need to see whether we are going through in the right direction, just to see whether are we going to achieve the outcomes. So can you remember that we had a topic called e-governance in the information system management subject as well. Last one is that's about e-governance. Maybe you can't remember now, no? Yes. So yes, there also we had these kind of things, just to say the process management, the service management. Can you remember? The ITIL framework for service management or COBIT. Can you remember them? No. Those things even specify the outcomes related, the matrices, and then we'll see whether we are achieving the right, we are moving through the right direction and achieving the expected outcomes. So that's kind of matrix needs to be there just to measure whether we are achieving the right, we are moving through the right direction or achieving the expected outcomes. Then we have some kind of service level agreements, na? Okay, with the outside parties in the organization. Those things also you might have discussed even in the project management. Yes, some kind of agreements we sign. Even in the information system management subject, you discuss about service level agreements. So we need to think about whether we are just actually supporting them. We are going through the agreements, we are following them, and then everything is working well accordingly. Okay, so we need to follow up that. After signing, we need to follow up whether we are working on that. So these reports are really need to be prepared. See. And then you can see the key performance indicators needs to be there, just to see that. Let's say that do you know what a strategic plan is? I think you can just get an idea. Okay, now this is for the discussion. No, now you are just listening to me. Yes, do you know what a strategic plan is? Hansika, Hiromi, Sachini. Hansika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, do you know what a strategic plan is?
I don't know.
You don't know? Really? Sachini?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
No idea, ma'am.
No idea? Really? Oh, so bad. Okay, strategic plan means now in any organization. Now listen carefully. I didn't even explain. I don't know whether I explained it in the video. Yes, the simple thing. No? Yes, strategic plan means any organization have a some kind of a you know that any organization has a vision. Okay, so any organization has a vision. No? Okay, so then the vision is there. They have to identify what is their dream to achieve. Okay, so just give me one. Okay, sorry. Yes, now I was talking about strategic plan. Yes, any organization has a vision. Okay, so that is the bigger picture or dream for any organization. So then they need to have missions. The mission means how to achieve this goal, vision. Okay, that is the mission. So that in which way they are going to some missions. You know, in army even they have missions. No, yes. So then the mission needs to be there just to see, okay, how are we going to achieve that vision? Okay, so that some kind of a abstract level mission needs to be prepared. Okay, so that means the path to go through that, achieve it. So what needs to be done to achieve vision? Okay, that's the mission. And then these things we just improve annually, and sometimes we prepare for long term, but we have any company have this. Then after that they need to have some kind of uh, objectives to be in line with this. Okay, so then you have to see, okay, how are we going to achieve this, the mission vision, and then go through the mission. we need to set up objectives needs to be prepared some kind. Okay, for annually you can have a goal even for the annual, yearly, even the for when you prepare for a strategic plan for 10 years, let's say, you need to have some kind of a goal. Even for these 10 years we will achieve this. So this is a long term, very long term maybe a vision, but for the 10 years you can improve and see, okay, this is going to be the goal. And then again you need to have objectives. Okay, objectives needs to be prepared in order to achieve our targets for 10 years. Okay, what are we going to achieve with these objectives? And in order to achieve the objectives, you need to prepare some kind of strategies. Okay, some strategies means strategy includes lot of activities, tasks to be carried out. So strategy means set up activities now. Okay, so then strategy says, okay, you have to do this, then only you will be able to achieve this objective. Okay, so that's what we have. So all these things are there in the strategic plan. So now the strategy is there, and then you have to have tasks or activities. Tasks or activities needs to be prepared. Okay, so we write tasks or sometimes we write activities. Yes, activities needs to be prepared for because in every strategy you have several activities to be conducted. Yes, then you have the action plan here. So because you have the activities here now, so then you will say, okay, once you complete this activity, we will be able to achieve this objective. Outcome is this. So what is the, how do we measure we completed the activity? How do we measure the, we have completed an activity or task? That will be, that you need to have some kind of performance indicators. Okay, now for an instance, if you think about UCSC, you have vision and mission, you can see it in the website even. And then here we have the objectives for long term or goal and the objectives. And then the strategies are there. Lots of things actually you need to do with the infrastructure, and then you have to work with the improvements with the teaching learning practices, and then you have to think about the other conditions, support services, and likewise. Okay, and the social relationships, okay, industrial relationships. So likewise you will have a lot of strategies there, and then the activities for each category. Okay, you need to have set of activities. So if it is about teaching and learning, that's what you know about now. Yes, teaching and learning, let's say, then you need to have set of activities to be conducted for teaching and learning. Yes, what sort of activities we have to do for in order to during the year. So then you have to say, okay, so then we need to objective would be to increase the pass rate, let's say, for instance, for an example, just to increase the pass rate, let's say, an objective is there. And then we need to have set of activities like introducing new introducing some kind of maybe improving the syllabus. Okay, improving the syllabi, and then we can find in the issues there, the activities are there, likewise improving the syllabus. And then the maybe is about introduce some kind of conducting some guest lectures, and then organize some discussion sessions and talks. Okay, so likewise you will have several activities there. Then you say, okay, if you conduct this activity, how do you measure that you have done it? So then you will say, okay, KPIs needs to be prepared, key performance indicators. Okay, then you will say, okay, if you do this, then we can say, okay, number of measurements needs to be prepared. Okay, then if you say that the number of guest lectures you can count, number of teaching learning activities you have carried out. Then again you need to know one number of lectures that we could not complete or maybe postponed or delayed, and then the results. Okay, released on time, and likewise how many months we took for releasing the results. And likewise we will measurements needs to be identified. Okay, so then indicator would be that we are following this path correctly. Then we need to see, okay, so now the marks are improving, so now indicator student participation is increasing. Okay, that's an indicator. attendance reports are good. Okay, and likewise no issues, no conflicts. Okay, so then those will be the indicators that we are moving in the right direction. Did you get the idea? Hello, Sachini.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now in the strategic plan means yearly we will prepare. Okay, so the strategic plan, the annual reports, like the strategic plan needs to be prepared annually, and it is to be improved. So usually we prepare it for 10 years, and then the long term plan is that, and then the short need to have a short term plan as well. But short term it's again a long term, but this means 5 years, and then we have to have annual reports, annual plan as well. Annual plan will tell you what you need to do in the every year. Okay. So likewise here now you have some kind of metrics means now you need to know, okay, what are we going to achieve with this. Then the outcome needs to be measured, okay, whether we are achieving it. And then the service level agreements, even they have some deliverables to be delivered, and then conditions to be met. So we need to measure whether we have met those conditions, whether we have delivered, we have received the deliverables. Okay. The key performance indicators, they have some kind of indicators showing that we are going on the right direction. Just like as I told you earlier, just increase in the participation, and then the assignment marks, let's say, and the assignment marks can correlate with the past final year marks. Okay, because sometimes you just okay, reduce in the plagiarism. Okay, no complaints regarding plagiarism from the examiners. So we are going on the right direction. That will be an indicator for just to measure that we are achieving the objective. Okay, so then indicators needs to be prepared. Those things needs to be measured. Now see, okay, whether we are going in that direction. So this one actually has some kind of metrics just to measure. Okay, so then actually those things are included here as well in the balance scorecard. Most of these, because in the balance scorecard even we always see whether we are going in the right direction and achieving the expected outcomes. Yes, and then the dashboard. So this one is actually having a range of different performance indicators on one page. So depending on our requirement, we can have different things. So this sometimes it just show you the sales reports and likewise. Okay, so but with not related to the targets, but okay, again if you want you can show it in that way as well, not specific to one aspect. Then you can customize it as well, so that you can personalize as well. People can make it below to his own requirements. He can adjust the components in the dashboard. But if you think about the scorecard is actually showing you whether you are moving on the right direction. Let's see. Okay, some examples are there here. So this one is the KPIs, the metric reports, financial profit and the loss KPI reports. So you can see that the matrices are given here, just showing you the in figure wise, whether in figure wise. So the margin is there, and then the profit margin, operational profit margin, net profit margin, OPEX ratio. So likewise some kind of operations going on are just reported in this report. Okay, just for managers to identify whether they are going in the achieving the targets. So these can be prepared even before daily as well, so monthly, daily, weekly, okay, depending on their requirement. And business reporting system, usually we have these components. So this you have to remember them as well, because it says operational online transaction processing systems needs to be there for, because this is about business reporting. and then when you want to get the data from that, you need to get connected to this. So the data supply, ETL process, data storage, and some kind of business logic needs to be there. No, otherwise we don't know what needs to be prepared. So this has to be there, and then the publication. So you have to prepare the reports, and you have to send them to the users, okay, and then you have to assure that it is correct, the quality of the material and the information that you have collected and all that. You need to make sure, and who should have access to it and who is entering. Yes, so that kind of assurance needs to be made. Then I have here the business performance management. Now this relates with this, that's why I just included that title there, because when you describe about the dashboards and the balance scorecards, why actually we need this? That is for the business performance management. Okay, business performance management describes, now this is a definition. BPM is a collection of application and methodology, it says. BPM extends the monitoring, measuring, comparing of sales, profit, cost, okay, profitability and other performance indicators by introducing the concept of management and feedback. So anyway, now this one is actually the business performance management means whatever the activities going on in the organization, those things needs to be, business activities needs to be managed. Okay, so the performance needs to be monitored and measured, and you need to compare the sales as well, the cost as well, and whether we have what profits we have acquired, and those things needs to be indicated. So performance indicators is to be introduced. So that's what here we do. Okay, so with this one it says you have to acquire the information, data acquisition, information generation, and decision making, and the business process management. So that's the final stage of this one. So if this data is wrong, then the whole thing will be a problem. Now we talked about the quality of data. Can you remember the quality characteristics of data we talked about earlier? Okay, so you should be able to remember them. If that is not assured in your system, then the whole system will fail. Huh? So this is very important when you're the data acquisition step. And then you need to have the information gathering generation. So based on this data, you will be preparing the information, and that will help for decision making. And then the decision making, with the decision making, you can improve this process. Okay, what's going on in the organization. The whole process rely on the decisions that you take here, and the decisions will rely on the information that you prepare or with the reports. Okay, in the reports, what reports will generate for you, and then the information will depend on the data that you collect. Okay, so this is the most important step. So if I ask you to describe the importance of data acquisition, you should be able to explain how it helps for business process management. Okay, that's about it. And then yes, the business performance management, if you say business performance management, what sort of activities are going there. So you say establish the direction, then you have the, here I have what I told you earlier is there. You have the mission, then the mission and the values. Okay, destination statements, what are you going to achieve now. Okay, so that needs to be there, and that is the direction. So direction means showing you the path for the organization level. Okay, so there you need to think about, yes, whether you are going through the right direction. Then we need to have a mission and a vision, and then that is prepared. And then you can prepare the plans, development plans. Okay, there development plans. So here you need to, based on this, you will prepare some kind of plans. Okay, so going on to carry out the activities. So there you will do some strategic and operative plans, and then the financial forecast and budgets, we have to prepare a budget and see, okay, this is our expected income, this is would be the estimated expenditure, and then we expect that we will have this much of income. Okay, so then we prepare a plan, then finally you have to evaluate as well. Okay, at the end, and then the manage the performance. So you have, while you are having this report, you need to, when you continue with the year, you have to manage the performance, otherwise you will not be able to achieve this target. No, the whole organization will fail. Okay, so you have to always look into this and see whether are we going in the right direction, are we achieving this, are we working according to the budget and the plans that we have prepared. So if you look at this one and then prepare this and monitor it, so you can assure that you will be able to achieve the organizational objectives at the end. Okay, and then you have the information management. So there you have this, then now you have the performance you need to be monitored, and then you need to see what is happening at the operational level. Okay, so there you need to have reports. So you need to generate reports and see whether you are getting it done, getting everything done according to the plan. And there may be risks, those risks needs to be managed. So that's what about it. So this whole thing is business performance management. Okay, so those activities needs to be carried out during the business performance management. Okay, do you know about the business performance management now? Now you can see that different types of reports are coming here. Okay, even for the risk management, you can prepare reports. Just to check the intruders, what is happening there, sending alerts. In general, you can prepare the reports, and even the strategic level, you can prepare the reports, strategic level reports. And then you can have the operational reports. Hello, did you understand? Any questions? Hansika?
No, ma'am. So far, no questions.
No questions. That means you can score 100 marks out of 100. Iromi?
No questions.
No questions mean didn't you understand anything?
I understood, ma'am.
Okay. Induvara? Okay, good. So I hope everybody is all right. Tirumalan, Oshi, Lakshima, Tisara. Okay, Piyumal. Yes, the next thing is balance scorecard. Okay, so the balance scorecard, you might have done this one even in the management subject, no? Okay, so now you can you remember them? In the management, I think you might have done this balance scorecard. Hansika,
Sorry, ma'am. I couldn't hear.
have you done this balance scorecard before?
No.
Can't remember, no? Oh yes, okay. Yes, the balance scorecard is the one that I told you earlier. You have to say that with respect to some kind of parameters we have already defined. Okay, some kind of measurement scales that we have already identified. We have to show where we are going right now. So this is really important for now. Even before dashboards, many people were using this. This had been using, or this has been using. Still, people feel that it is really needed because they can see the whole information in one interface. And for the developers even, it is very easy because they all require people, all organizations require this one. So it is easy for you to develop it as well. Okay, because the gathering requirements is easy. Yes, now in this one has four components. The scorecard. Financial performance is one aspect. So any organization has financial performance indicators needs to be demonstrated now. So then you have the financial performance. Then the customer satisfaction. Some kind of customers are there, no? Okay, for any organization, even if it is an institute, you have. Yes. So the customers means the who get the service from you or the products from you. Okay, service or product. So any organization produce two things. It can be a service oriented or product oriented. Those are the two things. So the service, even the service, who receive the service, they are the customers. Okay, so then if in an institution, then the students will be the customers. Okay, private institution, especially with the business targets, then you have the customers. Means that. Then they always done now, even for the UCSC we have two components. For the undergraduate program it's free, then the government is supporting, and we are investing some money. Government is investing some money on its citizens, the kids, the students, and then expecting that they will in return provide service to the country. Okay, so that's why the government is spending money on you for your education. It's free education means government is spending a lot of money. Okay, so that you don't consider even, no? Spending a lot of money. They allocate a lot of money and they send it to the university every year for your expenses. Okay, so then government is spending such a lot of money for as an investment. Okay, so then they expect that once you complete your degree and then you will do some service to the country in return, and that service is very important for the development of the country. So then they looking at the future benefits, they invest some money on you. Okay, so but some people actually after the education they leave the country, and then they also talk about they don't want to do any service to the country. They feel like, oh, I don't know why people do not think even about it. So bad. Yes. So anyway, now other people, for the other private institutions, the customers are the students. Okay, students will be the customers for private institutions. So they get some money from the students, and then they develop their organization from the money that they receive from the students. So the students are the customers. Okay, so yeah, for the UCSC even we have customers, the master students, the postgraduate students, PhD students. They pay lots of money to the organization for their registrations programs. So then from their money we develop the organization. Okay, so then this component is very important for any organization. Yes, and the learning and growth. And then here, once you analyze the data and then see whether we are moving in the, we are achieving, what are we doing right now, the financial performance all right, and the customers are satisfied, okay. And then we need to, based on that, we need to improve our performance. We need to learn. Okay, we need to learn what is happening right now and what needs to be done. So the learning and growth is that. Okay, so we have to improve our services. So we need to think about what is going on there and then what needs to be done, and likewise. That's learning and growth. And then the internal business processes. So internal business processes, each and every activity going on there, that needs to be improved. Okay, those are the internal business processes, what we must excel at. Yes, so that's about it, and those four components are there in the balance scorecard. Okay, the balance scorecard has these four components. So how do you show it? So this is an example here. see in this example the financial information, the first one. Okay, can you see here? And you can see the in the organization. What about the financial status? The objectives are there, and then you have the targets, and then what is happening right now. So that is about the current situation. Okay, so in the report it should show you with respect to the target what's happening there right now, and then what is the objective. First one, the maintain probability. Okay, the reduce the operating costs. So it's about this related to this example. I haven't given the title here what this is about. No, yes, so this is a particular organization, and then they say that this is for the how we maintain our current financial strategies. So reduce operating cost, and then the minimize the debt, and then the efficient billings. So with respect to that, they have some kind of targets to achieve. And then what is the current status? The billing takes 4 days now, but target is 3 days. So you have to reduce. Minimize the debt. Okay, so now the car we have 300k, and then you have to go to with this, and then we have say reduce the operating costs. Okay, so we have minus here. So likewise you have the current status. So this needs to be looked at with respect to this. So then it's the customer and their perception, that's the customer satisfaction. Okay, can you remember the earlier I said financial status and then the customer satisfaction. Then again that one also has some kind of targets and what is happening right now. And the objective is the high cost customers, okay, high cost, and then retain customers, fulfill customer needs, loyalty programs, and likewise you can have different types of objectives to be achieved. And those objectives with respect to that, what is the target? Okay, so in the high cost we want 4.56 upon 5, that means maybe the total out of total number of customers, high cost customers. The return customers and 340 we want to keep. Yes, but now we have 337, so less, very less amount, very small amount is less. And fulfill customer needs, so out of 10 with 3, and then we want to have only 2.6 out of 10. So this is the target for the year, and then this is what is happening right now here maybe. Yes. And you have here the next part is learning and growth. So based on that you can go to the measurements of improvements of the business. So how are we going to improve our business? So they have the open new regions, reduce operating costs, recruit partners, innovative products, and then accordingly you have targets. Can you understand this? Then you have the internal processes. So you can see the paperless office efforts, all kinds of internal activities, centralize the IT, fill empty FTEs, okay, employee retention, likewise. You can have some kind of business internal process activities, and then you can again have targets and what is happening there. Now it's a scorecard. Can you see that it's a scorecard? So this will help you to identify where we are right now and what we should do. Okay, whether we have achieved the targets or not. Yes, so then again, if you think about the scorecard, this has 4 categories here, 4 components here. One thing is that you need to have the decision statement. Okay, what are we going to achieve? Okay, that kind of a thing. It's related to the long-term plan, short-term plans, and then some kind of targets, some kind of achievements, visions, missions. Okay, the plan needs to be there. So then this is the strategy map, and then showing you the definition, destination. Okay, so now this is what you are going to achieve. Okay, so overall picture of it, and then you have the objectives to achieve that, and then the measurements and then you can have targets, okay, and initiatives. So what you have done now, okay, and the budget. So this kind of 4 categories you can have here. So we have the destination, what needs to be done, and then and the strategic plan linkage. Okay, so the strategic plan, what objectives we have achieved, and then we have to go with each category needs to be there as well. Can you see the financial perspective, customer perspective, internal perspective, and the learning and growth? These 4 categories should also be there. And other than that, we can have this destination wise, what is going on, and then the linkage to the business model, okay, strategic model, and then the strategic objectives and the measurements needs to be there. Okay, strategic objectives and the measurements needs to be there. So these components should also be there in a balanced scorecard type report. Now what do you think? Do you think that which one would be much more beneficial? Yes, if you compare these two, I have compared them here as well, so you can see that which one would be should be selected according to your requirement. Basically, the purpose of a dashboard is performance monitoring. The scorecard is also for the performance monitoring. Okay, both will support you there. And the parameter wise thing, the scorecard has some metrics and targets. Okay, this one has performance matrix, but this is a performance matrix, and again we have this one depending on the strategic plan, the KPI and targets, all these things you have defined together with the strategic plan, the long-term plan. Okay. Yes, for this one even you can some people can prepare their own metrics, and then the measurements, performance, and then the progress is measured. Updated information, this one needs to be real time, and this is periodically. This is for the short term, this is for the long term, and this is tactical, and this is strategic. Yes, daily operations, and this is company policies. Can you see that? Huh? So the dashboards will help for any kind of people, no? Okay, even for managers, the middle level, or the just supervisors. They can have dashboards, team leaders, they can have dashboards just to see what is happening in the team, what's happening in the department, what's happening in the branch, and likewise. But these things are really needed for the people who can take decisions regarding what needs to be done for the top management. Okay. Any questions? Now I should have asked questions from you today. Now you can see okay. There are 3 levels of information in the dashboard. What are they? Can you write it in the chat? 3 levels of information in a dashboard. If it is difficult, I might say, okay, there are 5 components of information. Okay, 5 major components of information in a business scorecard. What are they? Now I need an answer because I just explained it. Piumal, use the chat and write please. Akma. Dumidu, have you come? Still not here? Dumidu? 70 20 is 565. Dumindu. No answer. Let's go somewhere. What are the 4 components? Hello. I am receiving answers. Everybody, please write. I have received 2 answers. So I can see that who should need more marks. Okay. Who listen, who work. Everybody please answer. At least one you can type. Induvara? Lakshima? Lakshima has typed. Yes. Group 1. Group 1. 344. Akna. Oshi. There are 4 components in a scorecard. What are they? Now I told you earlier as well. There should be 4 components. 4 major components. What are they? Okay, there are 4 major components. They are financial performance details. Financial performance details, because you need to see what is happening there. The performance details needs to be seen. Financial performance details, and then the customer performance indicators. That means customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction, and then the internal business processes. Before that, even you need to have one. That means internal business processes needs to be improved based on learning and growth. Yes, learning and growth. So we need to know about what needs to be done, and then based on that we can go and improve the internal processes. Okay, you can remember them as a story even, no? You can see the customer financial performance indicators are the most important part for taking decisions first. Yes, so then you can see, yes, they are improving. And then what about the customer? Are they happy about our services? So we'll look into that. And then based on that, you will take decisions regarding do something about the learning, and finally you go to the next step. Okay, thank you for answers, those who have answered. Yes, Chamodi. There are, yes, 4 other components as well. Just say in the categorization wise, scorecard can be categorized into 4 more stages. Yes, those are the things that you have written. Yes, next the dashboard. Now the dashboard is different from the scorecard. Okay, so I told you about the difference between those two here. And the dashboard also has 3 levels of information. It has 3 levels of information. Why? Because you can see that as soon as you look at it, you can see the graphical information the providing there, and then with the data referring to the key performance indicators, just like in the scorecard. Okay, so here we can see that the graphical information, and then the some kind of data to help you monitoring whether you are achieving the key performance indicators. Okay, status of the key performance indicators. And that's about just to monitor. And then finally you need the analytical reports. Now, can you remember operational reporting, analytical reporting? Because we can talk about now. So the monitoring level, next is the analytics level. Okay, the analytical reports needs to be prepared. So then the summarized dimensional data. You should be able to further analyze them as well. And then you have the management reports. So the detailed operational data just helping you to take actions. Okay, so then that's reports, going back to the reports and then finding more details. So this one, the dashboard helps you for digging the information and then finding more information there. So see whether we are doing it in the what we want to do. Okay, what we have to do. Then 3 levels of information are there. Remember that, huh? Then we have the examples here given for you. And then I have just added few more slides here saying that the data operations in the online analytical processing databases. So this has 4 major components here: roll up, drill down, slice and dice, and pivot. That I think these things also you might have done, but I just added some more codes here just to help you understand how it is to be done with the tools that you have. Okay, so you might have, you already know what is roll up and then drill down, slice and dice. But if you think about how to generate them, you can see that it's roll up here. Then you have to group them by so roll up, and then there you need to think about what sort of things needs to be done here. So you can select some parameters here. Okay, and then you can aggregate function needs to be used from some particular table, and then roll up command has to be used for the SQL. Okay, and then these are the parameters that you have selected, and accordingly the roll up can be provided here. So then you will be able to summarize view can be taken from that. Okay, so then you will be able to see it easily. Yes, drill down, then you need more information there, and then you need to provide some more information with more details. Yes, so then you have to increase the dimensions. Yes, then you have to categorize them into further, and then categorize, then divide them into further, and then go into further detailed information. So you can roll down the columns. Okay, some kind of columns needs to be written here, and those things can be rolled down. Yes, and dice is here. You can see that you can prepare something you can select, and then create a subcube. Okay, thus you can create a subcube by selecting one or more dimensions here. So where you can use the syntax as this: the select condition on some attributes using where clause, and group by aggregation on some attribute. Okay, so then you will get the final the dice, the cube. Okay, this is it about. And then you can think about the pivot table, where you want to see the information in a different angle. Okay, different way. So you can change the presentation of data and look at it in a different perspective. And then if you think about these things, I think you know already. Am I correct? These things you have done that hardware subject? No, sorry, data warehouse subject. Hello. Hansika?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Have you done these things in the warehouse as well?
I think we haven't done.
These operations, drill down, roll up, those things you did, no? Slice and dice, pivot, but you did not do these codings and all that. Terms were introduced, I think. Anybody can please?
Madam, we didn't have that module for data analytics this time, the data warehouse.
Really? Oh, okay. Then you have to listen to my video for more information. Because now you can get a brief idea, I think. Did you get a brief idea now? Anyway, what it is to be done here. Now you want to have the data taken and then prepare the reports. Okay. So then you have this online analytical processing. Data cubes are there. Okay. So this kind of data you will get. So now you need to, you can conduct some operations on that and then extract data and then for different purposes. So usually we have this roll up, drill down, slice and dice and the pivot. Okay. So then you have the roll up, then you need to get a summarized view of this one. Okay. So then you can further categorize them into major categories and then get that data there. That is rolling up. And drilling down means you want to have more details in that. So now even in the OLAP, you have data collected from operational databases now. Okay. So then you can, if you want to go for more details, you can go for that. There are details information. So then the drill down means you want to now, when you have one interface, you have collected databases to one interface and then got them. And then now you want to go and see the further more details in that. As I said, told you earlier, can you remember that you want to see a problem with the at one branch where you have very low sales records, and you want to see, oh, what's happening here in that branch, and the manager might say, oh, then he might want to click on that. Then he click on that and then see what's happening there, and then he will be able to open the branch level information, that particular branch, and then he will see, this branch, this particular person, his records are lower, and likewise such detailed information should be seen. Okay, so that is about drilling down and then see further more details. Did you get it? Hello, Hiromi?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to get the piece of it, and then maybe just for a small report you want to prepare without more details. And then the pivot is a different view of it, just change in the orientation likewise. Okay, then you will even the Excel also you have pivot tables, no? Okay, so they just look at represent the data in a different way, just rotate it and see. Okay. Yes, so that's what I have written here. And then when you do it with the Excel, these commands can be used. Roll up for the roll up, and then you need to have the dimensions here, and then you aggregate them as D4. Okay, the now new one will be D4. Okay, earlier you have 3, and now the new one would be D4. So roll upping all these 3 dimensions and then putting them in the D4. That means summarized view will be provided to you. Did you get that? Sachini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So this one is the other way around. Drilling down more details. So the all columns needs to be seen. So then you need to roll down the columns. So you can see the detailed information of it. So this is about summarizing, this is about detailing. Okay, so the more details needs to be seen. So drilling down into the further details, so you will have more fields here. Can you see here? Lots of fields appearing here right now. Earlier we have time quarters. Okay, and now the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Now we have all the months here. All right, did you understand? Hello. Yes, the next is the slice and dice. So here the slicing and then the cube, the one perspective, and the dice is the other perspective. You can take one example here where you can take the information and then present it in a different cube. Okay, subcube will be created here. So here you have the selection condition on some attributes using where clause. So where this equals that something, and then group them by some category. Okay, and then aggregate them then on some attributes. So you can investigate subcube of the previously prepared previous cube, or the previous information that you have. A subcube will be created, a subpart, a small part will be created depending on your some kind of requirement. All right, and then you will have the dice. There you have the group by clause, where again you will be preparing a subcube. Okay, just as slice and dice. Dice is also the same as that, but here you have two more parameters, dimensions, to create the subcube. And then in this case, the select condition needs to be prepared using the where clause, again the group by and aggregation on some attributes. So the other way around, the data will be taken. Okay. Now here you can see that the time quarters, you can see you have selected only 2 quarters here. You have 4 quarters here. Now you have only 2, and then you have selected from the mobile. Again you have this only 2. These two first two only have been selected here. Okay, part of the information will be taken and prepare the subcube. Okay, and the pivot is the just a representation of the data, just altering the view, just changing the orientation. Okay, just this thing will be, you can see in the example here. Earlier you have the data on this line, now data you can see on this orientation, but the same thing is there, nothing has been changed. You can see that for the for this parameter, and then here it's there. Okay, and then with respect to mobile, modem, phone, security, so you can see them here. Okay, the mobile, this one says 605, so this is there. Okay, it's correct, nothing has happened, just the representation of the data has been changed. Just then you can look at it in a better way. Now even when you prepare a chart graph, can you see that you change the dimensions, orientation, bar chart, even the horizontal or vertically you change, no? So the same way you do some changes here for the just to have a look at it in a better way, different way. So those things are here. Okay, now you can see here the next one is about visual analytics. Okay, now in the visual analytics, you can see that these are the things that you might be doing, you might have done with the analytics subject. There you have to answer when you analyze the visual information. Now all these are actually infographics now. Okay, do you know that term? Infographics. That means information put into a graph, infographics. So you can see, visualize the information. Okay, when you want to visualize the information visualization method, one word, infographics are done. So that means all the information you want to present them in different charts and graphs, okay, pictures, like the information that you can see them in the colors and charts, and very easily we can understand and read the data, okay. So that you don't need to read paragraphs of text for the description. All the information is presented in visuals. So then the information visualization, actually if you just take it as that, then it shows you what happened there, what is happening there, okay, what happened, what actually happened there, and this is the result, or just what is happening right now, just providing you just information as it is, okay, just as it is, it shows you. Now you need to do some analytics as part of it. Then you want to analyze it and see why is it happening, then what is most likely to happen next, then you do some more analytics and further you do some predictions, forecasting, okay, just to see, or just go for more information with clarifying details. Why is it that? How is it that happen? How does it happen? Likewise, you want to why, the reasons behind it. So then you, if you want to answer such questions, then you can go for the analytics. Okay. So then the right away you will get the information as it is. That's about information visualization. Then it will help you to understand what is happening right now and what had happened. So that's why the result is there. You can see it. Okay. Just as you open your eyes, you can see it now. So now even if you look at outside, you will see, okay, what's happening outside. What had happened? Because after the rain, what had happened? Okay, so you can see it. But if you want to further get the information about why it has happened in that way, okay, and what is going to happen next, and likewise, then you have to further analyze and make predictions, and then do some more analysis on finding details about it, segmenting, analyzing, finding correlation, doing correlation analysis just to see the relationship between those parameters and see whether there is a relationship, and what is the reason for this, and likewise you need to find about more information of it, you need to do some visual analytics. That's about this one. Then you need to know about how to use the graphs and charts and do this analytics part. So when you're learning about learning the BI Power BI tool, you can start discussing about how things can be further analyzed. Okay. Hello. Okay, then I have given you a few questions here. What are the best practices in business reporting? How can we make our report stand out? And then this is about the things that we discussed today, and also you can think about the best practices in business reporting, because you want to summarize views and provide the information to the required people. And why has information visualization become a centerpiece in business intelligence analytics? Is there a difference between information visualization and visual analytics? Okay, so I have provided you the answer for this one, and also we talked about this, the importance of visualization earlier. And then, do you think performance dashboards are here to stay? That means performance dashboards are required. And do you want only the scorecards, or you can justify the reason behind this? Will you be able to answer these questions? Hello. මේ ඕගලන්ට කතා කරන්න බැරිද? මම රෙකෝඩ් කරන්නෙත් නෑ කිව්වට පස්සේ කතා කරන්නේ. ලක්ෂිමා
Yes, madam.
ලක්ෂිමා
Hello, madam. Can you hear me?
yes I can hear you.
I can answer that, madam.
Okay, thank you. What about the others? Silini?
Yes,
Silini?
yes, madam.
ඉන්නවනේ. මං හිතුවා ගිහිල්ලා කියලා. සඳමිනි? සඳමිනි? එයා නන්නේ.
Yes, madam.
Okay, any questions?
No, madam.
No? All right. Then shall we finish now? Induvara?
Madam,
Induvara? Induvara, did you start learning Power BI now? Are you interested in learning it? Anyone of you wish to join UCSC? Anybody wants to apply for teaching position at the UCSC? Induvara or somebody? Lakshima Shashini is willing to know. Hello. Yes, you can learn this tool. It's going to be very popular, and it is popular already. That's why I just want you to learn about that one. But the only thing is actually we don't have access to the resources unless you have this kind of Microsoft certified trainers. They only have this access to resources, otherwise you have to pay for this. Yes, but if you can become a trainer, then you will have the access to them and then you can teach them to others. Okay, but you should have a clear motivation behind it, why you want to be and what you are going to do with this. Okay, so anyway,
madam,
yes.
I was in the lecture, but I had some calls coming for the because we are planning on organizing an opening inauguration ceremony on the career fair. I had to communicate with the academic side and the company side. That is why I was not here.
So you went out, keeping it switched on. Okay.
No, there's no signal inside the house, madam. I had to run out.
Oh, really? Where are you? Where are you staying?
I'm at Homagama actually because we have.
Homagama. That's no.
No, what is the question? The problem here is we are in the corner of the road, so we don't have signal to the corner because after our house it is all paddy field, so that is why we don't have.
Where in Homagama?
Pitipana South.
Pitipana. That's not far away, no.
Yes, but this is the issue with the signal. There's an issue with the signal, madam.
So you are using wireless connection?
Yes, my home connection is the one I used to come to the lectures and internet, but the phone signals are not good. Those are terrible.
Okay, so you went out.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't record this, but you have the recorded video there in the online course environment already, so you can go through it and prepare for the exam. So the next week we'll have the assignment in the morning, and tomorrow you have this practical session as we have discussed. I'll check it with him again because he is not in Sri Lanka now. He has gone somewhere. But anyway, he said that he will do the session wherever he is. So I will double check with him and then let you know this afternoon. I'll just share the link. Okay, the Zoom link. All right. So get ready for the test. Do you have any questions to ask? Anything not clear? Maybe if something comes to your mind later, you can email me or you can use the forums there and start discussing with others. Anything to ask now? Tisara? Yasas?
No, madam.
No?
Madam, the assignment will be MCQ based, right?
Yes.
and you can like go back in the quiz, no? Like if we,
No backwards. If you skip a question, then you will not be able to go back and answer. So you will get only 20 questions, but 30 minutes. Okay, that means 1.5 minutes for each question, not more than that, because there's no calculations, just to read and understand, just to read and get the meaning, and then just find the answer. So if you know the subject, then you can easily answer. Okay, so that's not difficult, but you should know what we have discussed. Anyway, it's good to learn. Okay, any more questions? 344, what is your name? Group 1.
Sashini madam.
Huh?
Sashini.
Oh, Sashini. You have a nice name, not group 1. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye madam.